Okay, this video is very short notice, but something horrible has just come to my attention within the Forsaken community, and I thought that it was so bad that it needed to be touched on immediately, so people knew how, what a horrible thing this was, okay? So, Karia, I'm sorry if I horribly butchered her name. Great content creator, go watch her videos. She's a streamer on Twitch. Point being, she made a video about the actual cult of Spawn. If you don't know what that is, yeah, I'm assuming you play Forsaken since you've probably watched my videos before. But it is a fictional religion in which a specific character named Two Time worships a god and sacrifices his boyfriend to said god for a second life. The lore's weird. Anyway. The main thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that this is real. In my two-time lore video, I talked about the cult of Spawn, but apparently it has spiraled into a real quote-unquote religion within the Forsaken community. I myself and a couple of friends have joked about the whole give thanks to the Spawns thing, but apparently people are worshipping this fictional god. As you can see, I don't have Discord myself, so I couldn't confirm any of this, and they have changed it since I last seen this, but the over here is the Discord rules for that Discord server about sacrifices. Any sacrifices are okay as long as it's consensual. Don't sacrifice animals because that is animal abuse, and animals cannot consent. I don't mind self-harm. What? But please do aftercare. Members can be sacrificed if they consent to it. What? I don't need to tell you how horrible that sounds on so many different levels. Animals, I'm glad they cut off animals, because that's a good thing. I, myself, hate people and I think that anybody who hurts an animal deserves to be hung on a stake because they have no heart. But, still, self-harm, I myself have friends who have that as, an addiction. It's a problem. It is a horrible problem within the human psyche that needs to be studied. So, not only actively being okay with it, but supporting it is such a horrible thing. And I haven't even got to the worst part. Murder is a thing. That's a horrible, horrible thing to do. Are you, even aware that murder is, a crime? You can't just say, oh, well, they consented to being murdered. That doesn't matter. It's ritual sacrifice. It's been outlawed since, the 1800s. Okay? Anyway. They eventually changed the rules, and I know this image is a little blurry, my bad, to say, sacrifices and offerings. They changed it. They said blood, self-harm, and skin carvings go into the sacrifice box. Also make sure it's done safe. Quick question. How are you gonna hurt yourself safely? I don't want my video to get taken down, but that is not something you can do safely. In fact, the act of harm is the exact opposite of safeness. So, you're just contradicting yourself. You can't do that safely. Anyway, offerings. They go in the offerings box. Trinkets, flowers, and crafty stuff. I'm perfectly fine with that. I think the act of giving quote-unquote offerings is fine. I don't think that's a big deal. I think, you know what, it's okay. If you want to make a garland and put it in the box and say, oh, this is for my god, that's perfectly fine. But doing it to the extent of carving letters, presumably, in your skin, or different things into your skin, that is horrible. That is deplorable acts, and just even, telling people to do that or encouraging it is also deplorable. I'm not mentioning anyone by name because I don't want people to give out death threats. I know the internet does that a lot, and I think that is a horrible thing as well. But please, for the love of God, rethink your actions. Rethink your actions, and please stop encouraging this horrible behavior. The next thing I wanted to touch on was, this reminds me a lot of the whole creepypasta incident with that one girl who, repeatedly stabbed her friend over Slender Man. Just saying, that seems a lot like the creepypasta incident. I don't want to say that people here are gonna repeatedly stab their friends because of Slender Man, but I'm just, it's a bit of a coincidence. Like, I know that girl was mentally ill, but, and I hate to point fingers, but I think the person who may or may not have started an entire cult over a video game might also be mentally ill. Just saying. It would check out, okay? Anyway, I just wanted to bring this to people's attention. And again, I don't want anyone to send death threats. I don't want bad things to happen to people, okay? I'm just saying, if the person who created that Discord server sees this, please reconsider your actions. These kids, I guarantee they're kids, because let's be honest, most Forsaken's target demographic is children, okay? I myself am a minor. But that means that what you are doing, you know, is like your server is 13 plus. Come on, 13 plus. That's the best you could do. Put it on 17 or 18 plus, because then they'll know you should not be exposing children to this vile, decrepit act. Thank you for your time, everyone who is watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I try to post more often, but I've been down under the weather. This was a very short notice video, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Goodbye.